Welcome back, everybody. I'm Marcio. You're watching The Urban Man. So today's topic of discussion is, will going solar save you the cash? Let's get into it and discuss another episode of Going Solar on a Budget. So today's topic of choice is, how much cash money will you actually save going solar? And that is going to be variable on a few circumstances. It depends all on your system that you are actually setting up. Now, if you go full balls to the walls, as we say, that is like maybe 20 panels, 2 batteries or 3 batteries, obviously battery size dependent, but let's say 5.1 kilowatt hour batteries, get 3 of them, 20 panels on your roof, then sure, you are going to save a bit of cash. And that's if they obviously connect all of that to your DB board and wire everything to power up your whole entire house. Everything. Now I'm talking about wiring and including everything. Now this is not going to be possible if you are doing a setup similar to what I have. One battery, 4.8 kilowatt hour battery. Inverter is fine. We've got an 8 kVA inverter which can go up to 6,000 watts. So whatever I need to power, obviously not all at the same time, but running geyser and all of that I could do. But the problem that comes now into play is connecting my system to a geyser. If I do that, probably within the first 4 hours, my battery will be dead. So come nighttime, my battery is going to be finished. I will have no power in it. So it is not going to last me the whole night. So from what I've seen, my system, I've got 6 panels, 470 watt each panels. It's roughly just under 3,000 watts. And then obviously that you don't get the full 470 watts. If we're lucky, if we get maybe 440, 430 around there coming from each panel. And then we got the 4.8 kilowatt hour battery. And we have the 8 kVA inverter. So from what I've seen from my measurements that I've calculated the consumption, I've seen that we are saving roughly about during the week. Now please take into consideration and take into mind that the weather has been extremely bad over the last 2 weeks. So I haven't been able to do a proper full calculation on good weather, but we're doing it worst case scenario, which I think is actually better in a sense. So running my whole household, I've been able to save 1 kilowatt an hour daily consumption, roughly about 1 kilowatt an hour daily consumption. Now when the domestic comes in, there I've been able to save about 4 kilowatt hours per day. Now that is obviously a lot to do with during the day he's using the power and he's using the solar, the power that's generating is coming from the panels, and he's using that. Now during the day when nobody is here on a normal day, it's just going to be your normal running consumption. That's why less is getting saved during those periods. So yes, in essence, you will save, even with a budget system like mine. 6 panels, 1 battery, and a inverter. Yes, you will save. Now, if you really want to save and you want to go on a budget, but now you can't set up 15 panels or 16 panels on your roof, you can't get 2 battery packs, 4.8 kilowatt hour battery packs, and you want to save money. So you've got your backup sorted out. Like me in my case, it's is a backup in a sense, but also I do have capability of solar, but it does have its limit to my system currently. I do plan on adding on in the future. If you want to really save and be in a more affordable way, so once you've got your backup, obviously backup is going to be critical staying in South Africa because of load shedding. You've got your backup and you've got some panels running on there. The next best thing I would suggest for you guys to do before buying an extra battery backup to add to your system is actually possibly going either solar geyser or, which is what I want to do, gas geyser. Gas geyser is going to work out, I think, much more affordable. I have received some quotes you're looking at roughly, with installation and all of that, about 16,000 Rand. In dollars, that will be about just under $1,000, maybe about $950. So yeah, it's in essence, it's less than buying an extra battery backup for your system. A battery backup is going to set you back at probably another 22,000 Rand. Going this is even cheaper. It's 16,000, and you've got a gas geyser running, and you don't need to worry about load shedding. The only obviously little nitty gritty that you're going to have to handle is filling it up every time your gas runs out. Okay, that's a small price to pay, but I mean, I think it will work out in the long run more efficient, cost saving, and you don't need. I think even if with 2 battery backups, you might even have an issue. You're going to have to add more panels to charge up those battery backups quicker. So I would say, for me personally, for my use, I don't want to tell you guys what you should do or what you need to do, but I've decided that I'm probably going to go gas geyser wise, and that should sort out that problem. And then down the road, get another battery, and I should then be able to be more self-sufficient, less relying on the grid to get my power source from. So in essence, the most cost-effective, for if you want to save more money, your geyser is where you're going to actually save more money. We actually did a test when we put up my system. My load was sitting on about 7-8%, and we were trying to see that they had actually labeled the circuit breaker on my DB board wrong. They switched the pool and the geyser around, and we connected it up. So we've left the pool is running through the system, through the solar system. So we obviously wanted to leave the geyser out of it, because otherwise during nighttime that's just going to chow the battery quick. So we did it wasn't a test, it just accidentally happened. And once we switched on the system, the load was sitting on about 60, I think it was 60 or 70%. I can't remember 100. I think it was either 60 or 70%, the load on the inverter. So that's, if my inverter is rated at 6,000 watts, 50% would be 3,000 watts. So I would say it was the geyser pulls my geyser pulls roughly about probably 3,500 watts. So we connected, and we're like, no, what's pulling so much power? And then we figured out, no, that the pool and the geyser, they had labeled it incorrectly. So we swapped it around. Once we swapped it around, the load dropped down to 7-8%. So it's incredible how high your geyser, how much power your geyser actually pulls. So cost effective wise, say in terms of saving money now. So we've gotten the backup. Eskom is no longer an issue with that regard, but now we want to save money. So either install more panels, if you have gone on a budget like I have, install more panels and get an extra battery backup that can run your, that's probably going to be running just your geyser alone, that one battery. That will probably be, you'll have to get either 4.8 or 5.1 kilowatt hour to go through the night, to last you the night. And then obviously during the day, you have to have extra panels, because like my system, I said, I can only get from my panels about 3,000 watts. So with my 6 panels that I'm running, won't even be able to power up my geysers. So I would have to double that. So probably get about another 6 panels. That's going to cost you roughly another 16,000, extra battery backup, another 20. So you're looking, let's call it about 40K, just under 40K. For the extra panels and the extra battery backup. So a much more cost-effective way is going gas, I would suggest. Another thing with the solar is, like I said, we've had a bit of bad weather the last 2 weeks. So if your geyser is a solar geyser only, so, you get these geysers that they mount them on the outside and there's panels. So if your geyser was purely a solar geyser, I think you would be having some cold showers or cold baths these last couple of days. So yeah, that's why I would say going gas is probably the best solution. Well, for me, at least it is. Anyways, guys, so sum it all up. finish off this video, sum it all up. Does going solar save you energy? Yes, it does. But if you really want to save energy, your geyser is where you need to hit it at. And to do that, I would suggest adding more panels and getting extra battery backup, obviously for nighttime, or a more cost-effective way, going gas. Thanks guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like button as well while you're at it. I really would appreciate your guys' support, and thank you for following me on this journey. Hopefully by next week I'll be able to give you I'm just hoping that the weather is good so that I can do a proper video on the system, how it's been performing. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Hopefully that will come next week. We'll see how. Appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers for now.